Okay, so we just pulled it, but we're putting it back in because I failed to start recording. But we're on site today in Chicago. This is our first find. We think we were at the back end of a privy, the Hayes Bros. Found a lot of them in our last dig in Chicago, but pretty cool. 1870s bottle from Chicago. Classified as scarce, but you know,
really I think it's a little bit more common than other ones, but it's good to be finding true blood. Right? So
yeah,
we're gonna keep going. There should be a little bit more in here. We're not sure if it's an actual privy. You can kind of see the strata inside of it. It could be, but it's pretty shallow. I have our probe. We probed a little bit.
got a bunch of stove ash here,
so we'll see, keep on going. What we got going on?
Other Hayes Brothers. Cool. I think it's a trash pit just based off how shallow it is. There's all clay below this. Kind of wedge, so I'm just trying to.
She looks like.
I think she's got a broken top.
Oh, come on. Wow. Well,
Can't win them all.
can't win them all is right. What the? Second, it had me going. I thought there might have been a pothole. I was like, there's no way.
What do you got? It's a medicine from 187
A Romano.
A Romano, North Halsted Street, Chicago, Illinois. What would you date this? 1880s, 1890s?
Yeah, 80s and
It's at the top of this privy we're in. So, common medicine, pharmacy bottle. Can't talk right now, but cool to find.
Very neat.
Ton of these local pharmacies around Chicago. We have probably 80 plus of them at home. Let's keep adding to the collection.
Okay, we just pulled another local Chicago pharmacy, A Romano, 187 North Halsted Street.
I guess they were connoisseurs of this pharmacy because we found two immediately right after you.
Multiple sizes too. So here's what we got so far.
All right, so we've widened the hole out into more of like found the walls of the privy. You can see the back wall of the wood, and kind of appears to be a Hutchinson popping out.
Chaz Westerholm. Very common one, but
Still cool to find sodas.
they're everywhere here in Chicago.
Yeah. This privy's probably so far. What do you think the walls are on this? 4x4?
4 by maybe 5, 4 by 4, yeah.
It seems the ones in the city aren't as deep as the ones that are a little bit further out from the center, but that's only been our experience. Very wet, a lot of water. We'll get back at you when we find more stuff.
Right.
Got another one popping out of the hole.
Chaz Westerholm. One of the most common there are in the
Solid
city.
1880s bottle, 1890s.
Yep. Let's see if we can get her all the water out of her. First time to see light of day in a while. So far, no flashes. We'll see.
Second one we found over there. Very cool. We've widened her out. She's probably more about 5 to 6,
Yeah, 5 by
2.
no,
So
probably
5 by
3.
4, 3.
We'll just have to see how wide she goes that way. And maybe take some of this to the car eventually.
We got another one poking out. Back wall. Want to give her a pull?
Let's see what she is, baby. Oh, wow. Classic. They really...
A lovely Chaz Westerholm. Get a good shot for the camera. Wow.
They really enjoyed this brand. It seems like everyone else in the city enjoyed it too. 'Cause it was
Good stuff.
stinky.
Wow.
All right.
There you go.
We gotta hurry up.
Check this out. Old pipe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very old.
Still intact too. Very cool.
Someone must have been pretty drunk and
Lost on the shitter.
I don't know what those date to, but we'll try and do some research on it and follow up with it.
Maybe there's some embossing on it that's uncovered, but
Michael just pulled out an axe.
An axe murderer. Look at this. It's so wet.
It's been wet its whole time that this wood is still actually preserved. It's absolutely insane.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool.
Bet you if you dry it off, you could still use it.
Yeah, we'll have to probably take some of it. I'm sure the metal's a little corroded, but we could definitely preserve that. That's pretty awesome. Wow. Let's keep going. And we pulled this slick little met out. Looks hinged, or at least 80s. So should be another pit on here, a little older too. We'll keep going for you. It's soup, it's disgusting. Nothing really seems like it degraded, so. Film something else cool.
Fell out of the wall here. Very classic Chicago pictorial hutch.
One of the most common. Hayes Bros mug-based soda.
Wow.
1880s,
1890s. A few other blanks, slicks over there that came out. Should be special. So far we've got about 4 Hutchinsons out of this pit, so pretty cool. Very sludgy, nasty. You can still smell it.
It is pretty sick. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm sitting in human fecal matter currently.
Yeah, not bad. What we got in here?
Here, I'll give you guys a first-person view of this filth that I am currently in. You can enjoy the decomposition of the fecal matter. So, this thing stayed wet its whole time. You can actually see the boards that were laid, and then the center post. Could have been a 2-seater, it's a really wide privy, but here's what we got coming out of the hole. Let's see what she is. True blob out of Chicago. Very common one. M. Keeley, Chicago, Illinois.
Wow.
Very cool. 1870s, 1860s in some cases.
Hinge molded? Keep hinge mold on the bottom?
I can't see it really. But there you go, people. Hopefully find a few more. I'm gonna get Mike in the hole now.
Just pulled her. Wow. 1870s Hayes Brothers, baby. Yeah, there's the bale just came off of it, but there's your top.
You see it?
Show the camera.
Maybe 60s. Hayes Bros, Chicago. Very cool.
Pretty filth.
But it
Can't
says,
really get a good shot of it.
it says Bachelor's Liquid Hair Dye. Hair dye. Turn it around. Put on your shirt. Bachelor's Liquid Hair Dye. Okay, look, and then clean it right. Let's see. I don't know if it's pottled. It kind of looks that way.
I don't think so.
We'll see. It will know we're cleaned up, but it's super crude.
Trash behind this privy that we have a True Blob soda exposed.
Go ahead and give her a pull.
Almost murder her with the shovel as we're clearing this out.
Use the probe. Here, use that tag.
Get a better shot as I'm doing this.
Okay. She's ready. Classic.
J.A. Lomax.
Baby.
Lips kind of busted already though.
Yeah, it's got some chippers. Yep. See? Nice. 70s.
Yep, AD, AC, and DH.
ADHNC.
Yeah.
AD. Beautiful. Alright, well, it's just a True Blob kind of day. Lots of glass. We'll get to the wrap up.
Hayes Brothers coming out of the hole.
Chicago.
Wow.
Loaded.
Very cool. There she was.
Your imprint.
We're just really stacking up the Hayes Brothers today. I think we're up to 3 or 4. Plus what was in the privy. A really good day.
I got her. We got another one. Let's see what she is. Sass. Sass and Hafner, Chicago, 70s. Insane. It's common, but they're fun.
Okay, you're live.
You can see the monogram here, and it says, I know should be Weber and Darley. So we're gonna live dig this thing. We're just digging out the trash pits off this. I don't know if she's whole. She feels like it, but I don't like to, you never want to wiggle these bottles because you don't know what could be pinned up against them. I've broken them in early stages. It feels a little loose, but just to be safe, give it a little bit, dig it out as much as you can before you pull it. So a little bit right here. Like, this is what you really don't want to shake it much. If it is a Weber and Darley, it's a pretty common hutch. I have multiples of them. We found a lot of them off job sites. This is right here. So let's see the reveal exactly what it is. Henry Weber. Interesting.
Beautiful.
So right up high in the ash, very beautiful Hutchinson.
Lovely. Just pulled this out of the hole.
William Jongi, pharmacist, 312 West Indiana Street.
Very cool.
So another little trash pit is produced. Well, here's the wrap up, guys. It was a really good dig. I think the pit dated anywhere between, probably some 60s, 70s, and then obviously 80s up top within the fill there. But we'll go through most of it. We dug quite a few trash pits behind the actual privy itself. We actually found quite a bit in the trash pits. So we'll start out with some of the bottles. So here's a broken Hayes Bros right here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. So there would have been 4 of those in there, but the one was broken. I'm gonna make a drinking glass out of it. So a beautiful bottle. A lot of iridescence on it. You can see there's a little bit of a popped bubble on it. So, I mean, 1870s, 1860s, pretty common ones. M. Keeley, nice ice blue, common. He does have a panel bottle as well. Got another Sass and Hafner. Very cool bottles. Yeah, it's always fun to be digging this age. 2 J. Lomaxes, 1416 Charles Place on the address. Cobalt. Probably one of the most common cobalt sodas in Chicago. Chicago, however you want to call it. Locals always make fun of everyone who call it Chicago, but I call it Chicago. So I got some other cooler ones. This is an 1870s H.C. Farrell Arabian liniment out of Peoria, Illinois. So I travel a little bit. Speaking of traveling, we got a 1870s medicine. Unfortunately, it does have flash cracks in it. But O. Williams out of Janesville, Wisconsin. So you really never know what can travel. Very beautiful. Unfortunately, it's got some issues, but if anyone's interested in it, let it go pretty cheap because it's got all that damage. And one of my more favorite finds, and I know better than to open this up, but it's called Bachelor Liquid Hair Dye #1. And I would not say that's original contents. I think that's, there's a cork in it. I'm thinking some of the nasty pee and poop leached into the cork, but it is, I don't know if you can see it that well, it is open bottled. So either that was a late throw or that privy went a little bit later than I'm realizing. You got a some type of pickle, either a pickle, very plied lip to it, drippy. Boss on the base is CBM 387. I don't know if you guys can see that. The biggest crier is this incredibly tough to find Haysbro's Porter, or no, Haysbro's Quart Ale. I got most of the pieces of it. It's not going to be completely good to go, but what's kind of neat is they must have broken it off the shelf because it still has a cork in it. So someone had a bad day. You can see the cork still in it. And then a few more different medicines. And Brown, Pharmacist, Chicago. These are up high in the ash layer. Leads you to believe the fill. W. William Johnsey, 312 West Indiana Street. Two different size variances of a Romano. 197 North Halstead. I got this off a different site. It's a Carter's full half pint ink. You can use these to refill the other smaller ink bottles. Got this other one off another site we didn't film, Bromo Caffeine. I don't know why we kept it, it's kind of cool. And Dr. Pierce's favorite prescription, R.V. Pierce, MD, Buffalo, New York, common. Got that out of an 1890s dump we've been watching for the past few weeks. So here's a little bit of a relic. I thought this was kind of a cool pipe. And I'm not sure if those are teeth marks or if that was designed that way. It was just that this, whoever had this used this so much, or if it was designed. So if you know, comment, put some comments on here. All right, and that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, and until next time, enjoy the rest of your evening, day, morning, whenever you're watching this.